The golf industry has a retirement plan, and it is yours. They've built an entire ecosystem designed to extract your money before you even figure out what's actually costing you shots. So in today's video, let me walk you through 5 things senior golfers and maybe actually all of us should stop spending money on, backed by actual data, not fancy marketing claims. A dozen Pro V1s cost you £55. That's £4.58 a ball. On the other hand, a dozen Callaway Super Soft, that's £21, £1.75 a ball. Now lose 3 balls around, and the data suggests amateur golfers do. That's about £8.50 differential every time you tee it up. Add that for 40 rounds a year, and that is over £340 in wasteful spending just on lost balls. But here's what most fitting bays won't tell you. The Pro V1 is a high compression ball built for players who generate some serious club head speed. If you swing your driver under 90 miles an hour, and most senior golfers do, you cannot compress a Pro V1 enough to access what it's designed to do. So what you're doing is you're actually paying for performance you literally cannot unlock at that speed. On the other hand, a low compression ball like the Super Soft or the Wilson Duo Soft or the Shrixon Soft Feel, they are designed exactly for that kind of speed. They launch higher, they feel better, and they go just as far, if not even further. And they cost less than half the price. The ball doesn't know what you're paying for. It only knows how fast you're swinging. And while we're on the subject of equipment that doesn't really match your swing, let's talk about one of the biggest purchases most golfers make: the driver. Titleist, for example, just launched their new GTS driver a couple of weeks ago. £629. It looks incredible, it probably feels incredible too, but here's the thing nobody in that fitting bay will ever tell you. TOR, the measurement of how fast a ball comes off the club face, has been legally maxed out since 2003. That's over 20 years. On a center strike, your 5-year-old driver produces the exact same ball speed. The USGA and the RNA cap it. There is simply no technology on earth that can legally exceed that limit. So what are you actually buying? Forgiveness. And maybe that new driver smell, just like a new car. Off-center hits retain more ball speed on a modern driver. That's real, I will not deny that. But is forgiveness worth £629 when your driver from 3 years ago with the right shaft costs a third of that and gives you 99% of the same benefit? If you're spraying it off the tee, a new driver unfortunately won't fix it. A lesson might. The same logic applies to irons, but the numbers get even bigger. A custom fitting pushes you towards new club at full retail. TaylorMade P790s, for example, the most popular player's distance iron on the market out there, are £1,249, and that is before any shaft or grip upgrade for 7 clubs. Here's what actually matters for a senior golfer: shaft flex and lie angle. That's it. A used set of Ping G430s with senior flex shafts cost around £350 on Golfbidder. Take them to your local pro shop for a loft and lie check. That's 30 to 50 quid. You are now at £400 versus over 1,200 for the same specs, the same results. That's over £800 still in your pocket to actually play more rounds. Now, there is one club category where the annual replacement cycle is even more aggressive than the drivers, and that is wedges. The new Vokies are £189 for one single wedge. Replace all 3 of them and you're at £567 every year. But here what the data actually says. Plugged In Golf took wedges that hadn't been hit over 1,000 times and they tested them head to head against brand new wedges. Same model, same loft. In dry condition, there was zero measurable difference. Not in spin, not in launch, not in distance. Where wear actually shows up is wet lies and bunker shots. Sand eats grooves, and spin drops anywhere from 5 to 20% when the face gets wet. But only on one wedge you're hitting out of bunkers. Most likely your sand wedge. So here's my frugal move. Replace the one wedge that matters when the performance drops. Not all three. Not every year. That's it. Clean your groove costs you nothing. New grooves, on the other hand, cost you £567. And that raises a bigger question. Do you even need 3 or 4 wedges in the first place? But before I answer that, please subscribe if you like this type of content. Right, so 3, 4 wedges. I'd argue you will play just as well with only a sand wedge and a pitching wedge. Most golfers play with blade their lob wedge more often than they get up and down with it. You can open the face on your sand wedge for the same result. And while we are on dropping clubs, you can lose the long irons you haven't flushed since 2019, that fairway wood you've topped 3 rounds in a row. Just drop these clubs and keep only 8 in the bag, and you might find that you will play just as well, if not better. I did this recently and played all practice round with 8 clubs and shot the same score, if not better, while I increased my ball striking confidence massively. I made a few videos about it, which I'll link above. The extra 6 clubs in your bag represent 700 to £1,000 of equipment, creating more decisions, more doubt, and more bad shots in the end. The gap forces the skill. The extra club hides the absence of it. Now, add it all up, and that's well over £1,000 of savings in a single year. Not one of these changes costs you a stroke on your scorecard. In fact, committing to fewer clubs and the right ball for your speed will probably save you strokes. That's the frugal golfer way. You play smarter, you spend less, and you enjoy it more. And if you want to see the full 8 club setup and exactly which clubs made the cut in my bag, check this video at the top of your screen right now. I'll see you in the next one. Lots more to come.